welcome to your latest edition of Late Limbs, everyone's favourite podcast, weekly episodic podcast of two random nobodies from the East Midlands, or at least based in the East Midlands, talking absolute nonsense for about an hour, half about a fictional football game and half about their lives. I'm delighted to welcome you to our latest episode where we're going to be covering, of course, all things going on in the Super League, including how Australia are getting on in the Oceania Cup, as well as I get my payback on Mr. Smuts on his one-word title music questions from last week. Speaking of which, let's welcome the commander-in-chief of this project to the show. Evening, pal. How are you?
Evening. Very good, mate. Very good. Congratulations for reaching level 34 on the Game of Life.
Thank you very much.
As we continue to trudge towards death. Congratulations, yes. Mate. Very proud of you. Well, did you have a good birthday? That's probably an easier way of putting it, isn't it?
Had a wonderful weekend, thank you. Yes, got to try some new stuff. Got to spend some time with Aidan. Spent a bit of time down at Warner Brothers Studios as well, which was nice. So,
and I saw a lot of my lookalikes, I believe. Did you?
Yes. All of the trolls. And
I meant Harry Potter, you prick. But yeah, fair enough.
And yes, I was right royally spoiled by everybody. So thank you to everyone who sent cards, gifts, well wishes, etc. I had a fantastic weekend, with the exception of the Swindon game. So yes, thank you.
No worries. Good.
How's your week? How's your week been?
I mean, it's been okay. It's been all right. Leicester continue to win without really trying. I mean, it's not like the last time when we continued to win all the time. That was fun. This is a bit inevitable. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, just really glad to be back in the freezing cold conservatory again this week after being told off again for waking up the kids again last week. So I think this may become my permanent Late Limbs home. Yeah.
Any other highlights from the week since we last spoke?
Nothing so far, but I do
have a Sands game coming up.
I do have this weekend a Sands game coming up, so I will be back on field for the first time in 2024 in the new Sands kit as well. That was teased on the 24-hour Smuts-a-thon this year. It will be the first time I will be playing in a kit with Jordan's name on it, with his star on it as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to get my hands on the kit, being able to play with my new number as well. I think I briefly mentioned it on the Smuts-a-thon, but I am now number 24 for Sands United's Leicester, Loughborough and Rutland. That's one team, that's not three. It's historically a number for me that has been very unlucky, and as part of the Super League, you were tasked with never having any number 13 and no number 24 in my squad, of which the committee or Steerco roundly ignored last season and had both a number 13 and a number 24. As the 24th was the day of the month that both my mum and my son died, and now my daughter was born on the 24th of June. So we're trying to reclaim the number 24 and make it a positive. So as somebody had already got 23, which is the Michael Jordan number that I wanted, I'm going to reclaim number 24. But I am looking forward to be in the Sands kit again. My legs, my lungs, and my Christmas timber. I'm not looking forward to running around.
How's the training boot camp been ahead of the big game?
Horrific, absolutely horrific. I've eaten nothing but everything. Just absolutely destroyed everything in sight, and have been very, very sedentary for the last however many months it is since I played. It's going to be freezing. It's going to be waterlogged.
Where's the game?
It is in Loughborough, so it's on the big pitch again that Jordan's Angelversary game was on. So it's a full size pitch. Actually, the selling point for the pitch is that it is exactly the same size as Wembley Stadium's pitch. It's mapped out exactly the same size. It's
I've been to that one, haven't I?
Yeah, it was.
That way you scored your penalty.
I did. I scored the worst penalty of all time, scuffed in. Yes, exactly. So yeah, back into my spiritual footballing home. It's going to be an absolute shit show. It's really going to be bad, but I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait to get the colours back on and run around for a bit and pretend I'm a athlete.
Yeah, well, speaking of pretending of being an athlete, I was back in training this week. It dawned on me that it's 14 weeks until the next black belt assessment and grading, where I look to certify the black belt I got last year. So I rocked on down to an extra class last night on Tuesday and went to my normal class tonight. So that's 2 nights this week I've been in training. I've got a couple of days off now, go again on Saturday.
Just built different, mate. Just built different. Than you.
And well, yeah, quite. And yeah, I've been spending a bit of time on the other project, doing a bit of planning for not just the week ahead or the month ahead, but starting to flesh out what the first quarter of 2024 looks like for Fools Rush In. And the end of January is looking good. So hopefully we can roll that into February and March and achieve bigger and better things in 2024 there.
Can't believe you'd bring up the F word on this podcast. You would speak about your mistress in front of your wife. How dare you?
You know, I like people
although,
to know.
in fairness, you were with them first, so it feels like I'm the other woman.
Indeed. And besides, there's stuff that can work in tandem with the two. For example, not that anyone watching this would be interested, but we're about to do a giveaway of a load of Swindon Town branded like woolly hats for the cold weather. But we're asking questions of people for entertainment purposes. So, and it'll be like we just pick our winner, and a little sneak peek ahead of it going out tomorrow is. A lot of the guys are desperate for me to have a +1 for the next Fools meetup. So similar to what we've spoken about in the past, we're asking people to send in their best chat up lines, and the winner will receive a hat for free. So
it's funny you should say that. It's funny you should say that because one of the questions that the Super League have entered this week is, and I'm going to do this verbatim. As if in case you think I've made this up.
Okay.
Right. A Limbs question. Could we get all the lads' best chat-up lines to help Fyfie? And then he spelt Fyfie wrong as well, just to show that he's a real listener. Yeah.
Well, to boost our numbers, I will reshare the Fools Rush In post asking for chat-up lines. And yes, I'd like every manager to reply to it with at least one.
There we go. And my Imagine Dragons line will get another run out, I'm sure.
Excellent. Should we stop the vanity project, stop talking about ourselves and talk about the Super League for a little bit?
I suppose we should, really. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing but doom and gloom for me, even with it being unbeaten in 4 games.
Let's remind ourselves. So we've had one round of fixtures in 2024. I decided to selfishly have Sunday off.
There's no commitment.
No, there's no commitment at all. Results last time out, Dudley Hill beat Sloths 1-0. Coast drew 1-1 with Exiles. It was the same result as Dan took the reins of Foss Road against Northern Burn. Fulchester losing 3-1 at home to Vikings. Stanley getting a 2-1 away win at Haggis. Badgers also winning away 1-0 at LSK, and Sancte took Stackington to the sword with a 3-0 win. Leaving the table looking like this, Vikings top on 13 after 6 played, Badgers on 12, Coast and Stanley both on 11, Burn and Dudley make up the top 6 on 10. Just below the dotted line, Sancte also on 10, and then Foss Road, Haggis and Exiles on 8, Fulchester 7, LSK Stackington 4. And Sloths still winless on 1 point. The news has gone out on social media. Let's get your instant reaction to your news. And that is that I was checking the squad numbers. You made me panic. Raquelme, 3 months with a torn groin muscle.
Absolute shagger has been completely obliterated his groin muscles in the off season. Unbelievable. It's properly fucked all of my plans. Everything I've been saying, I'm a season 2 team. I'm putting this team together for season 2, and then it's fucked immediately. So that's great. That's good that you're also popping up who the out of league signings that are coming in are as well.
Yes,
that was one of the questions that somebody's asked as well. So that's good.
So about half of the deals requested have gone through. A couple of players are having to renegotiate because they're about 20 grand short on the weekly wage desired by the players. But stacking, let's flash up a couple of these then. Your thoughts
this
on
one was
Stackington's new boy?
Yeah, I see. It's not a bad signing. It's a player I like. I think he's in my small horse squad this time around.
What's a small horse?
It is an absolute shit show, is what it is.
Hang on a second. You called me out 2 minutes ago for talking about my other projects, and you just dumped the small horse in there.
Yeah, but it's not like anybody watches that, so it's not like it matters, is it?
True.
Yeah, I don't know if he's Super League level, but if you look at that form on the right-hand side, it depends how he's deployed, realistically. A lot of pace, decent crossing. If he's going to be that backup to Kieran Dyer, I don't know if he'd be... tackling's okay, positioning's good. It might be all right as a central defensive midfielder. It's not what I know of particularly.
Next up, let's have a look at Sancte's new arrival as they brought in Fernando Couto, another defender stroke defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be trouble in the first 11, but it's at least a squad option for Duggan that he's not got many of. Another aging player brought into the Sancte ranks. It's not one for a couple of seasons down the line, is it?
No.
But yeah, again, it's another one of those sort of Martin Keown stopgap type players that Duggan brings in that will do a job. Again, looking at that form, can't really complain too much at coming in there.
And you mentioned the aging part. It's true, but you look at the actual attributes, and he's got proper numbers in all the right areas. I mean, if you're deploying him as a centre back, he's got great strength, tackling, heading, marking. Decent pace. If you're looking at him as a midfielder, his passing is decent. Creativity may be lacking a little bit, but he's got good aggression, decent anticipation. So yeah, definitely one who would be useful to deploy from the bench, maybe.
Yeah, certainly. And it's one of those that because he can play in a couple of positions, it's good to have that rotation option on the bench. I always like my defense options. Bench option, to be able to play in a couple of positions. So.
Going to Exiles next, and they've also tried to improve the defensive ranks by bringing in Petit from Boa Vista.
So another interesting one. Rox loves a defensive midfielder, and in fairness, he's playing with 3 every week, isn't he? I think at least 3. So he's going to need reinforcements in that area, and if anybody knows defensive midfielders, it's Rox. Lower tackling than I would have expected for a Rox player, but again, position's okay. Determination, yeah, he's got a lot of the stuff. He's a nice high aggression. I'm sure he'll love that. And again, lovely, great form going into it as well.
The fourth one and the final one completed at this point is actually a new attacking talent coming into East Coast. Versatile. He's got decent pedigree, but is he Super League quality?
I mean, it's not really one I know, but it's probably someone in, again, the small horse in the Polish team that I put together. I wouldn't have necessarily said someone like Swiatkowski or Shimoziak were Super League quality necessarily, and they've come in and done a really good job in multiple teams. This could just be the next one on that sort of Polish conveyor belt of talent.
just to divert away slightly, if I may, because we do, although we're not streaming this live, we do record live and react live to what's going on. I've been sent a picture of the infamous Lazio Roma game. Obviously, it's a hostile game, Lazio Roma, as we all know. It's finished 1-0 to Lazio, but the big talking point is Lazio had a man sent off in the 96th minute. Roma have had a man sent off in the 100th minute and 111th minute, and it's finished 10 men versus 9.
3 players sent off after the final whistle. Love it.
Absolutely sensational stuff.
That is pure 90s Serie A. That I love it.
I will send you that picture just so you can see exactly what carnage has ensued while we discuss this. Super League related, but slightly different. We've got a bonus game tomorrow night when Martin joins me on co-coms, because Australia carry on their adventures in the Oceania Cup, but none of this has been broadcast yet, mainly because I was trying to get the packs out. So I'd like to get the opportunity to bring you up to date with my adventures. Remember, I named a squad of reserve team players.
Yeah, I remember looking at that. Yeah.
And so this is how we got on. So game number 1, we played Vanuatu, and I was disappointed to concede, but a good 5-1 win.
Lovely to see my reserve player Gibril scoring a couple.
Well, indeed. It was a solid performance. I'm quite pleased with that. Maybe not as adventurous, but it was game number 1 in the tournament for us, and we just wanted to get off to a good start. Here are the player ratings. As you can see, no subs were made during the game, but plenty of solid ratings and a great start to kind of play some reserve players into form. And obviously for me, the hope is that maybe 1 or 2 of this squad, if they perform well enough, might get calls up to the Super League first team squads and some appearances throughout the rest of the season. Anything catching your eye in that first 11? We're playing the Exiles formation.
That was my next question. You beat me to it. Great. I mean, first thing that's really annoying that Ballack is on the right and Davis is on the left.
Because of Ballack the diag arrow.
Just move it across. Oh, painful. The first 2 names, obviously, I'm picking out Gibril Cisse and Goran Jorovic because they're my players and they both look like they've done very, very well, which is great to see. De Pedro and Davis, they're looking great.
Absolutely.
Lots of passes, yeah.
So we went into game number 2, and it was another successful game, although I did pick up a number of injuries against Samoa. They were not pissing around, but another goal for Cisse.
Yeah, good to see. 3-2 so far. Lovely. I mean, Samoa are used to playing rugby, aren't they? 0 shots on target, 16 out of 21 on target, and you only scored 5. That's fucking terrible.
So this is the squads as they finished the game, not necessarily as they started. But at this point, as I bring up the stats, obviously Cisse has started the tournament well at this point.
9 shots.
But I'd like to highlight the performances, if I may, of Sean Davis and Sergio Conceição, who in the first 2 games have been exemplary.
Who was that? Sorry, Sergio
Conceição.
Not Sergio Conceição.
No, I go Cal.
Okay, Conceição. Conceição, yeah.
Conceição. But yes, so game number 2.
Yeah, fair play. Again, I'm only looking at my players, but I've got 2 yellow cards in 2 games so far for my 2 players.
So
9 shots on target, that's ridiculous.
That took us into the semi-final and the grudge sort of game against New Zealand, the toughest opposition we would have faced to date.
The only tough opposition in the entire tournament, yeah.
And look who stood up and shone again. Obviously, my squad was depleted with those 3 injuries, because Conceição leading by example again. A solid performance.
So you faced 2 shots on target, I think, in 3 games so far.
Yes,
no, sorry, 4 shots, 4 on target, and conceded 1 in 3 games. Who's the
Here's the team.
goalkeeper? Molina, the most bored man in all of international football.
Some different names, as you can see. Southgate got some time, Rockenbach as well. Ricken started. So in this game, Ballack started in the Rockenbach position with Ricken in the Ballack position. But because of all the injuries I was getting, I decided to rest Conceição when we went about 3-0 up. So Ricken ended up. Scholl made his first appearance and opened the scoring. Davis again. He's played in about 3 different positions during this tournament and been brilliant in them all.
Looks decent. I might have to have a little sniff. I think he's a Fulchester, isn't he? I have to ask you the question. I have just got rid of a DMR.
Yes, he's a Fulchester player.
Asking the question.
Because still at Exiles.
And then the final is played after this game week, isn't it?
So yes, the final will be played live on stream tomorrow or tonight by the time people are listening to this or watching this, alongside the Super League fixtures. The team news for Australia: Figo, Cassano, Gronkyard, all still unavailable, and we are playing Tahiti in the final.
Big game. I will point out that I obviously have a little save of this going as well. It's weekly. I put the results in as close as I can, at least for my team, every week. And it ran through this week. And Australia took the bold decision to only name one player in the 24, which was Claudio Pizarro. And they are already into the final.
Yes.
With one player. So, yes, you did win 5-1, 5-0 and 4-0 against Vanuatu, Samoa and New Zealand. But you shouldn't be as pleased with yourself as you seem to be.
I can only beat what's in front of me.
Yeah, exactly.
And the object of it is
a bunch of rugby players and farmers. Did you not go and see a film the other day about the worst football team in the world? Samoa.
Yes, that's a different. No, that's a different Samoa.
It's American Samoa, yeah, I know, but it's still fucking rubbish.
Listen, I can only be what's in front of me, and the object of it is to hopefully get 1 or 2 of these players a sniff of playing some Super League football. So hopefully,
Cisse played exactly 1 game of football for me last season, but he was brought in from Jens to be that backup player. And I think he will end up playing at some point when I get injuries, but Heskey's ahead of him as 3rd choice striker. 4th choice striker, sorry.
So only 4 out-of-league signings at the moment. Has the Riquelme injury made you reconsider your position?
Yeah, so I I was considering bringing in, I can't even remember his name. It was Dejan Petrovic or something. It was a FRC attacking player that I was looking at as maybe competition for Franca, but I think that might need to be reconsidered now because I've just brought Alex in from East Coast for Bishgan to cover that MC role, so I might need to relook at that.
Zlatan Muslimovic, by the way, is the player that you put the offer.
That was slightly, it was racial adjacent. That was just picking out a Slavic sounding name and assuming it was whoever that was. That makes sense. It was one of those that I moneyballed it. He's got, if you want to bring him up on screen, that'd be great. Effectively, he's got a positioning, off the ball, finishing, passing, creativity. I think that was all. It got all the numbers that I was looking at for an AMC. Finishing, dribbling, passing, off the ball, pace. Yeah, pretty much everything apart from creativity that I wanted in and he looks okay. So I was going to give him a try.
But now you're reconsidering your position.
May have to reconsider now as it's not gone through yet, and player I built my fucking team around is out for 3 months. So great.
Absolutely. Is there anything else Super League related? I don't know if you've had a chance to flick through the news items that I've posted out today.
I've not, no, but I have. Obviously, I was tagged in mine, and yeah, I've just been pretty much just crying a lot about Riquelme being out. What I did see was there's. I was going to say there's a new Super League anarchist adjacent account popped up. The friend of the Badger. Yeah, something about being the friend of the Badger, who is looking after the Badgers while Tato's out tomorrow, I think.
Oh yeah, see, I have seen a message that his assistant, who I don't even know who his assistant is doing the stuff.
It's clearly Rob. If it's not Rob, I would be very, very surprised. But sorry, I stepped all over you then.
Yeah, that's okay.
You were saying about Dan.
Yeah, Dan did a good job getting the point against Bern.
He did,
last time out.
He did. And I immediately ignored all of his suggestions.
I was going to say, is he keeping the reins, or have you took them straight back?
No, straight back. I liked the fact that with Dan being on stream, basically giving him the reins because he can see it live, if you like. Mm-hmm. Granted, I can see it from home, but he can react a little bit quicker, and he can talk through the game a bit better. So and just giving him something to do. He's so underutilized. I keep saying it over and over again. I don't know why he keeps hanging around. Really, bless him. He's got literally nothing to do. He did mention a player earlier for me to have a look at. So I might actually ask for. In fact, I don't need to ask for a screenshot. I've got to save myself, haven't I?
You have, as has everyone.
Start of the season save. So I'll have a look at him, the player he recommended, see if he's any good. Might bring him in instead. That might solve the
midfield problem,
the midfield dilemma. But yeah, no, I think what I am going to do though is because that looked a bit more stable in the midfield area. That formation that he put out, I think I might look at that as maybe the go-to away formation, because I've got 3 coming up and I'm going to lose all 3 in the next. So after the Fulchester game, I've got 3 away games back to back, and it's all against promotion playoff chasing sides as well. So it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. So at the very least, I can plug in somebody else's formation and have Dan as that scapegoat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We always ask before recording these if there's any questions. I know you've already passed one on, but did you get any sent in this week to the Late Limbs mailbag?
I will delve deep into my my mailbag. There has been a couple here and there. So Rox has asked who would play the various Super League managers in a movie adaptation. Have we had that question before?
We definitely had this conversation before, not necessarily on Limbs. Yeah. So did I not describe? I'm sure I described Duggan as Stephen Graham when he was on comms.
Yeah, maybe we did. Maybe we have sort of slid in and around this question before. Then, in that case,
obviously James Corden's playing me,
or the fella that plays Keith from The Office, and I've got a feeling I probably said that last time as well. So, let's see. Big question came in from Swanee.
Okay.
Big Late Limbs question here, and it's a bit of both of us. I think this one.
Okay.
Top 5 biscuits. Ooh. Somebody's been listening in, knows us very well there.
So it depends on how pernickety people are being about the biscuit as well.
You can have Jaffa cake. You're allowed Jaffa cake as an option.
I mean, I'm going custard cream is a solid choice and has to make the top 5. chocolate digestive as well. Jaffa cake would definitely be in there. But when we're saying biscuit, are we going like biscuit barrel biscuits, or are we saying things like clubs can be in there? Because then you've got a whole
Nah, that's
different.
that's a chocolate biscuit, as in you put it in a lunchbox chocolate biscuit sort of thing.
Okay.
No, I
So
don't
we're
think
talking
it.
biscuit barrel biscuits.
Yeah, I would suggest anything you can get in a packet form.
Okay. So in which case, off the top of my head, in no particular order, custard cream, Jaffa cake, chocolate digestive, cookie, chocolate chip cookie,
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
and plain digestive's a bit boring. Nice biscuits, meh. Chocolate bourbon is you've already got digestive. You don't need that much chocolate. I'm trying to think what other ones would be in there. Maybe a hobnob.
Yeah, a hobnob's a classic. For me, this the top tier level biscuit
I'm trying to think of a coconut topped one.
That I've absolutely been demolishing over the Christmas period. Biscoff have brought out their own sort of Oreo type biscuits.
Okay.
So it's a circular Biscoff with a
Oh,
cream in the middle and a circular bit. Oh,
can I put a Pink Panther wafer? Does that count?
Take a wafer. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I'll replace the hobnob with a Pink Panther wafer.
So that's very 90s, that. Yeah, no, I've absolutely been destroying them.
Speaking, it's interesting you say that, and date seems to be a common theme when I discuss foods that I like, because just before Christmas, I was talking to my new manager at work and about general Christmas confectionery. He said, "Oh, I really like that when I can get chocolate Brazil nuts at Christmas, like the Payne's ones." And he went, "Oh, that's very 1960s, isn't it?" I said, "What's 1960s about chocolate Brazil nut?"
I couldn't say I've ever had a chocolate Brazil nut. The closest, yeah, I'm not really big. I don't really like a lot of nuts.
Don't say you're not a nuts fan. You love nuts.
I preferred the magazine in the early 2000s. Yeah,
Over
I was a
Zoo.
big fan.
Yeah, nuts was better than Zoo.
Yeah, much of a muchness. It was basically the same with a different name on it, wasn't it? Yeah, I
Nuts
like
was slightly
Snickers.
cheaper.
Was it? I can't remember. And I worked in the newsagents as well. I probably should know that. I like a Snickers. I like a
Snickers doesn't count. That's a chocolate bar.
Yeah, but with nuts.
Oh, you're talking about nuts. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, the dry roasted KP.
Oh no,
peanuts,
not dry roasted.
Yeah, no. Other than that, I'm not a big fan of a nut in my night. No, I don't like a Topic. Don't like a double decker. I don't think they've got nuts in, but there's just a lot of. I'm a
dairy milk, fruit and nut. Oh, that's not too much fruit in it for you.
That's exactly why you ruining a good chocolate with some sort of something that's vaguely healthy.
Speaking of vaguely healthy chocolate, Yorkie biscuit and raisin.
No, why are you ruining a perfectly good Yorkie? I don't mind a Yorkie biscuit. That's good. But no, stop adding fruit to shit. Stop it.
Okay. So carry on with your
five. Yeah, you're right with you can get I tell you what, a particular triple chocolate cookie that you get at the end of the Subway counter.
Yeah. Me and Aidan like the white macadamia nut cookie.
Again, just stop it. Stop making things difficult. Just if you're having a cookie, lots of chocolate and the biscuit, just stop messing about with it.
However, on that note, as clearly I'm a man who knows his supermarchés, Morrison's is the place to go for donuts, but never get any other baked goods. Asda is the one to go to for cookies. In the bags, elite, absolutely.
Yeah, the Asda we do get them. They do it's a toffee flavored.
Yeah.
Chocolate and toffee ones that they're filth. they tend to not last the night.
Shortbread should be in my top 5 somewhere as well.
That was next for me as well. An absolute elite biscuit, shortbread. The Highland shortbread that you get in big, in tin sized boxes at Christmas.
Now that is very 80s. The sew in tin.
Exactly. The amount of my life I've spent going to a biscuit tin and going, oh, fucking get it. Yes, I'm ready for a biscuit. And then it's a box full of my name in a label ready to be sewn into me PE kit. Fuck's sake. Kids today will never know that pain.
No. Just another sign that me and you are getting old.
Exactly. It would just be a QR code on the back of the neck instead, wouldn't it? That's 3 for me. I'm trying to think what else I'd throw in the biscuit. I mean, Jaffa cake. You can't go wrong with a Jaffa cake.
Love a Jaffa cake.
I'm trying to think. I've got anything else. Sort of party rings.
See, I like a party ring, but they're quite hard.
So am I. Double hard, mate.
No, you're
not. No, I'm not.
And no, you wouldn't. We discussed this last week.
Soft as Mr. Whippy me. No, soft as Mr. Whippy me, mate. Quite hilariously, we did have some feedback from last week's who would win in a fight.
Tater wants to fight me.
Yeah, exactly. I think the next time that you meet up, there's going to be some dukes put up. Yeah, look at that. You've got your back up already. Bobbitt's got your back.
Fancy myself against Tater.
Apparently, he's a man mountain, he says.
No, he just likes to mount men.
Each to their own. Each to their own. What a man and another man do with their time behind closed doors. I don't know what got up on Steerco. I don't know. There are 4 men who love each other very, very much. And if at the end of the day they want to consummate said Steerco relationship, that is their prerogative and nothing to do with me.
What other feedback did you get? Was there other people wanting to have a fight?
No, just Tato. He's just an
Tato wanting to fight me.
Angry root vegetable. Yeah,
it's a very angry vegetable.
Yeah, no. That's
the thing is, as you well know, I've dealt with angry vegetables in the past. So.
Well, they were angry and now they're vegetables. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I meant what I said.
Have you met A&E? Yeah, there you go.
Anything else in the mailbag?
No. I mean, there's been quite a lot of feedback on the music quiz from last week. We got
you got a lot of abuse.
I did, yeah.
For being a cretin.
I'm a big try hard as far as music is concerned, apparently, and yeah, just naming 50 odd songs that were one name titles pretty quickly.
Well, that segues us nicely into this.
There you go.
So, you threw me...
sake, I've done it all ever. I've managed 39 minutes without fucking saying it. Bullshit.
You threw me under the bus by producing this music quiz with no prior warning about a subject matter you knew I wouldn't know about, because despite the fact that you think you're down with pop culture to an extent, you haven't listened to a new song since about 2005, and you only have one genre of music you're interested in. So what I have done is you knew I was going to do this. You had a week to prepare and you did nothing.
Yep, I've done zero homework.
I have scrolled through my personal Spotify playlist and taken out every song that has one name title. Now, to have made my list, now some of these are older and some of these are more current. So you've got some of the biggest songs of the last probably 15 years and some of the current biggest songs in the world by very well-known, very well-established artists.
Can I guess one of them before you've started?
Go on.
Is it Hello by Adele?
No. Not on
Bollocks. Oh, I thought I'd have done really well then.
And just to give a ballpark of where I'm expecting you to finish.
I know you sent this to my wife.
Mrs. Smuts has seen the list and has predicted how many you should get. including, and I quote, "He should know these ones because I play them."
Oh, but I refuse to listen to any of her fucking terrible. She's the only person I know with worse taste in music than you.
No, I've heard some of her Spotify playlists. She just likes to be in her feels.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking miserable.
So every song that we're about to go through is on my Spotify playlist, okay, of liked songs. They all have one-word titles. Some of them have repeat artists as well, but they are all very, very well-known, very, very well-known songs and artists. Okay?
Okay, right. And I need to beat 2 that you got
4?
last week.
I got 4.
How did you get 4?
Because
Got 2
everyone
half
told you,
points.
everyone told you were being a tryhard and stitching me for points, including everyone said
Vertigo, yeah, all right.
Vertigo.
I'll give you 2.5 in that case. Then, yeah, you got 2 half points and 1.
And I think
correct.
I've also given you twice as many songs to potentially get.
Okay, all right. So,
Okay.
so I need at least 5 then. Okay.
So let me see what Mrs. S said you were going to get, actually, and that can be your target for success.
Okay, right.
Where is she?
Can't believe you've not mentioned my haircut at any point either. 42.
I haven't noticed you've had a haircut.
Ridiculous.
Right. So she said, because it's over 2 pages. She said on page 1 you should get 5. Right. And then on page 2, she just said he should know some of the next page as I listen to them, but doubt he will. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a target of 7.
Okay, all right, that's manageable. Yeah,
and we're starting with a couple of really, really easy ones.
Right.
Okay. So song title number 1, Grenade.
Bruno Mars.
Yes, you're off to a flyer.
I don't know why I know that one, but I'm happy that I know that
one. Umbrella.
Rihanna.
Yes, you're
smashing it.
Okay. Now, I've written all the artist names that are associated according to Spotify as well. You'll get the point if you name just one of them. Okay.
Okay, right.
Song number 3, Despacito.
Oh, that's the fella he does acting now, doesn't he? Is it Bad Bunny?
No.
Oh,
good guess though. Louis Fonsi.
Louis. Oh, I was about to say I wouldn't have got Fonsi in fairness, unless you've given me a clue.
You also could have had Daddy Yankee, who's on it as well. I wouldn't have accepted Justin Bieber because it's not the version where he's on it.
I wouldn't have known that he was on it.
Number 4.
I've heard of the song though. And hate it immediately.
Yeah.
That's Usher.
Usher, correct. 3 from 4.
There you go. You can tell I went to some school discos.
Happy.
Is Pharrell Williams.
It is. See, page number 1's easy, isn't it?
I prefer his stuff from NERD.
Raw.
That's a wrestling brand, isn't it? Raw as in Katy Perry.
Correct.
I thought I spelt it RAW in my head.
Yes, I know you did. Radioactive.
Is one of those shit bands like Bastille. Radioactive. That one. It's that song. It's Bland.
It is that song, yeah.
It's by the band Bland. Is it
Imagine Dragons?
Oh, Imagine Dragons. How did I not get that one? Fuck's sake.
Dilemma.
Dilemma is... I know that one. No, do I know that one? Black Eyed Peas. I don't know.
No.
Usher.
Nelly and Kelly.
The one with the fucking Excel typing, texting on the video.
Royals.
Shit in the video for that's Lord.
It is.
In the video for that dilemma, the Nelly and Kelly Rowland texts somebody on a phone using an Excel spreadsheet and wonders why she doesn't get a text message back.
You know far too much
I know
about
that, but I
early
don't know
2000s music videos.
But I could tell you the music video and a fact about the music video, but not the two people in the music video. It was fucking ridiculous.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Well, you're on 6 so far. You're doing really well.
This is how my brain works. I go, oh, there's a stupid fact about something, but not something mildly important like the name or who it's by.
Next song title is Apologise.
Oh, too late to apologise. Is it that one?
Yeah.
That doesn't help me. It just by osmosis, I've heard that song. Justin Timberlake.
Oh, so close. Timberland and One Republic.
Oh, I would have got
that. So you remain on 6. Next song title, Low.
That was at uni all the time with apple bottom jeans and that. That is something Crew. I'm sure of it. So
Solid.
No.
Are you thinking of Tayo Cruz?
No. There's something Crew. It's T.I. or this is going to really annoy me. Fat Joe? No. I'm not going to get that one.
So the answer is Flo Rida and T-Pain.
Flo Rida. Okay. No, it wasn't even the song I was thinking of.
It was the song you were thinking of?
Yeah, I got the right lyrics and that, but I don't think it was I think I was thinking of a completely different song that was by something Crew.
Shotgun.
Oh, that is Eugene McGuinness.
George Ezra.
There is a song called Shotgun by Eugene McGuinness that was in the charts. I'm having half a point for this one.
Nobody has ever heard of Eugene McGuinness.
Everybody's heard of him. Shotgun, George Ezra. All right, fair enough. The Willie Nelson comes up before the Eugene McGuinness song, so maybe that's me trying too hard. Sorry.
Down.
Down.
Yep.
He does have a song called Shotgun. I fucking knew it.
Yeah, but nobody knows who he is.
I know who he is. That's what's important. Down. Usher again. No.
Jay Sean and Lil Wayne.
I do like the Carter 3 by Lil Wayne as well, so I probably should have got that.
Burn.
Well, that's Usher.
Usher does have a song called Burn, but I'm on about a different one.
Well, you've vertigoed me here, haven't you? Usher does have a song called it.
Yeah, but I'm not disputing it. Like you were having a right go at me about U2.
I had it in my head that the song wasn't called Vertigo, even though it says it over and over again. I had it in my head that it was called something else.
I'm outright saying yes. Usher does have a song called Burn. Well done, but it's not the one that's on my Spotify playlist.
Like Pink.
So close. Ellie Goulding.
Okay.
Temperature.
Sean DePaul.
Yes, there's your 7. You got 7 points at last. You were stuck on 6 for ages.
Yeah.
Sandstorm.
Darude.
Yep. Water.
Somebody's got a song called Water.
Yes, it's currently in the charts.
Oh, I haven't got a fucking chance in hell then. Who is a current singer? Fucking hell. I'm building on years of having a shit local radio station on in the background while I was.
I'd just like to, while he struggles to find
for a long while.
While you struggle to find an answer, I'm just going to let people know that in our late limbs chat, when I said that there were a load of current chart songs and some of the biggest songs in the world, all I got was a message back is, I instantly hate all of these.
I'm going to say I don't like any of these songs so far.
At least the artists are known. You named one artist so far, and no fucking knows who they are.
Water. No idea.
Tyler. Drinking.
Tyler as in Tyler the Creator.
No, Tyler as in...
I'm going to say because I've seen him live multiple times, so I fucking hope not.
No, not Tyler the Creator. Tyler, Tyla. Drinking.
Drinking?
Yeah.
I know Brandvan 3000 have a song
it's
called
not
drinking.
It's drinking with the little apostrophe where the G should be.
So someone with a difficult grasp on the English language as well. I think it's going to be a rapper, so it's going to be a Lil something, like a Lil Sebastian or a Lil Yachty or a Lil. And they've normally got colours in, so a Lil Maroon, a Lil Maroon.
Joel Corey and Rita Ora.
That was close.
Last one on page 1, and I expect you to get this one. Fireflies.
Ah, shit.
This is probably the closest one to actually in your genre. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. The only reason I know that one is because it's not in my genre, but it sounds very, very like the Postal Service, Such Great Heights. And I remember hearing it on the radio and thinking, oh, so it's good to hear that Postal Service have got themselves on there. And then it was just a blatant rip-off of it.
So you finished page 1 on 8 points. Very well done.
Already above average.
Just to clarify as well, that was 8 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 19.
I got the first 6 right, in fairness, so I've already smashed your
yes, but I expected you to get these because these are proper songs and proper artists that everyone's heard of.
Proper shit, yeah.
Page 2 then, Sprinter.
Oh, I like this one. Central C featuring Dave.
Correct.
2 points for that one because I got both. That was Central C, and if you had been paying attention, Central C was in my top 5 Spotify Wrapped this year as well.
We got one that we both like.
Yeah, okay.
That'll have to be our song now.
Oh dear.
Chemical.
I don't know. It sounds like one of those fucking shitty DJ type ones. DJ Weetabix.
Post Malone.
I've heard of him, so that's a start.
Proud.
Sam Smith.
No. Heather Small.
Heather Small. Oh, what have you done today to make you feel proud? That is fucking terrible. Yeah, I should have got
that one. People.
People?
Yes. As in more than one person.
People. They've got a song called People, surely.
Libyanka.
Who?
Libyanka.
At least most of them I've heard of.
So this one, I'm going to give you the heads up. I know of at least 2 other artists who have a song by this title.
Okay, I'm going to get all 3 then. Come on.
But the one I'm looking for is a specific one, and the title is Run.
Run by Snow Patrol.
No.
Leona Lewis.
No, they're the other 2 that I knew that had released a song called Run. By the way, that's a great... Both the Snow Patrol and Leona Lewis song, because obviously it's the same, just covered, is very, very good. But it's not on my Spotify playlist.
I did listen to that album quite a lot on mini disc player when I was walking home from school, because I am totally tubular, bro. It is that Run. That's the chorus to that song, I think. I don't know.
Becky Hill and Galantis.
No, but it's not even... Never heard of it.
Talamanca.
Talabanca.
No,
You
Manca.
Talamanca. You're making shit up now. Bad Bunny, because that sounds vaguely foreign.
It starts with the same letter. Burns is the artist. Afterglow.
It's an album by the band May, spelled M-A-E, from my emo days, but I have no idea who has got a song out in the charts called Afterglow at the minute.
It's not at the minute. It's a few years old now, but it was Wilkinson featuring Becky Hill.
Okay. I thought he did Razors, but okay.
Escapism. Huge song last year. Massive.
Ed Sheeran, then. It's got to be Ed Sheeran. We've not had an Ed Sheeran yet. That's not the one who's Neneh Cherry's daughter, is it? Who's that one?
Yes,
Where's the is it? Oh yeah, because I kissed her sister on holiday once.
Psycho.
Psycho. Ooh, that. Oh, Emma listens to that. My wife listens to that one.
Is that the first time you've actually said her name?
Yeah, by accident. Shit.
Even I haven't done that. I've just gone with Mrs. S every time.
Yeah. Oh, is it Taylor Acorn? Is it Taylor Acorn? No. What's? I fuck it. No, I should know this one, but I don't.
Anne-Marie and H.
Oh, it's not even the one I was thinking of. Okay.
Celestial.
I don't know. No idea. Am I thinking of a completely different song? Taylor Acorn. I'm Googling. I feel like that is. She's got a song called Psycho. It's got nearly 13 million plays on Spotify. I'm giving myself half a point for that one because I've got a feeling my missus listens to that song.
So you're giving yourself a point because
half a point.
Mrs. S listens to a different song to the one you're being asked about.
That's got that same name.
Go on, Celestial.
Imagine Dragons again, because it could be radioactive after it's been Celestial.
Ed Sheeran.
Fuck off! I could have said Ed Sheeran for every single one of these.
Ferrari.
I know KSI had one called Lamborghini.
He did.
Does he also have one called Ferrari? It's got to be some sort of rapper again. So I'm going to go.
It's got to be.
Lil Uzi Vert.
James Hype.
That sounds like a rapper's name. I've never heard of James Hype.
Strangers.
Strangers, that's where you sit on your hand for about an hour until it goes numb, and then you have a wank, and it feels like somebody else's hand. And I know you know all about that one. But the song, no idea.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've heard of them, at least.
A couple more to go. You've not done as well on page 2 as I hoped.
I've not even heard of half of them on page 2.
History.
Well, Ed Sheeran has all them add, take away, divide album, so it could be Ed Sheeran, but you've just done him, so it's not going to be that one. History. Not a fucking clue.
No?
No, all of these band names and singer names I've never heard of are all coming up all at once.
Yeah, to be fair, History is a bit of a niche one by a band that not many people would have heard of. One Direction.
Yeah, fair enough. That's horrific that that's on any playlist of yours, let alone on a quiz that you put together.
Go.
Go. Little Mix.
Cat Burns.
Does it?
It does. 2 more to go. And I'm backing you here.
Live as well.
I'm backing your last two. Yeah, again, criticising my music taste, yet you're sat there admitting to watching Little Mix, which I have no problem with. Little Mix was solid.
They were at the halftime show at a NFL game at Wembley.
Oh, of course they were. Penultimate music song, Silence.
I'd prefer that to most of the songs so far. Silence. No. I mean, I know the sound of silence, but no.
It was by Marshmallow and Khalid.
Right.
Final
There's somebody
one.
called Marshmallow, is there?
You must know Marshmallow. He literally, the guy who does it has a giant marshmallow on his head.
Oh, okay. There was something we watched. I watched the film the other day where there was a DJ with something on his head. It was like a candy corn on his head. I can't remember what the film was. And I think that must have been a piss take of that then. There you go. Fuck off. Now you've made me say that again. You've muted yourself. Either you've muted yourself or the cat's muted you. That's confused me. There we go.
That'll be the cat. That's Marshmallow.
What a twat.
The last one on the list, Melody.
Melody. Right. What I want to do is I want to put my list and your list side by side. And granted, there was only 10 on my list, and there's seemingly about 50 on yours. And I
39, I believe there was.
39. And I can. So there's nearly 4 times as many songs on your list, and I guarantee you that the audience of the Late Limbs podcast will put them side by side and say 99% of yours are shit. And at least they like 2 or 3 from my list.
I would also put our lists. I would also put our lists side by side, and I will allow you to triple your number because I've got 3 times more than you, and I would guarantee that mine have got probably double the amount of, if not triple the amount of views, say on YouTube or Spotify streams than yours have got.
Than Yesterday by the Beatles.
Yes.
Yeah, in fairness, YouTube wasn't out in 1964, was it?
Have you got an answer for the final one?
No, I don't. So I'm going to guess who is in the Adele. I've guessed at Adele because she's not been in it yet.
Sigala.
I don't know that one.
No. Funny, that's the same expression I had with most of yours. I don't know that one. I don't know that one. I haven't heard of them.
You should have known most of them.
No, because the difference is I have listened to music past 2006.
Well, I also have listened to music past 2006, plenty of it. In fact, one of the questions that I did ask a lot, because there's been plenty of music discussion this week after that quiz last week. One of the questions I did ask of people was what their favourite album was of 2023.
Yes, to which you got pointed out that no one listens to albums anymore.
No, that's not what was pointed out. What was pointed out was nobody buys albums anymore. And to which I said, yeah, nobody's bought albums for a decade. The internet exists. Spotify exists. The radio exists.
Try telling your music taste.
Yeah, BBC Six Music Extra has got all of these songs on. So that, as you like to point out, you listen to loads of new music all the time. Is that you think you suggested an album that wasn't that shit that I actually didn't?
Yeah, I said the only album I could confidently say that was released last year, as in 2023, was the Olivia Rodrigo one, Guts.
And I actually don't dislike that one. My wife has.
I think one of the Taylor Swift ones was redone last year as well.
1989. There was a couple of Taylor's versions that came out last year, and I'm sure one of her newer albums came out last year as well. But no, I nailed mine down to 3. The Record by Boy Genius. I got absolutely obsessed with.
I believe Boy Genius have just won Radio 1's like new artist of the year as well.
Did they?
I think so.
Well, no, I hate that. That's it. I'm such a hipster. I'm such a try-hard music lover that I can no longer like that band.
I'm sure they did. You carry on talking while I double check, while I fact check.
The other two, I'd be very surprised if they were on Radio 1 at any point. Was the new Men Singers album that was okay, but it went a bit cliche. And I didn't like it as much. But probably the closest, I think it's going to be, for me, it's going to be The Record by Boy Genius, because I got so obsessed with it. But I think...
Oh, no. I tell a lie. You can still like Boy Genius.
I was going to still like them anyway.
It was described as the biggest upcoming indie rock band. The Last Dinner Party won the Sound of 2024.
The band The Last Dinner Party?
Yes.
I've never heard of them.
You probably like them. Apart from the fact that other music lovers like them.
But yeah, no, some of it was true. By the Men Singers, it came out quite late in the year, I think. And the single was great. But I think No Joy by Spanish Love Songs is going to be... Is that going to be my favourite album of last year? Oh.
Well, I think we've witted on enough about things that aren't Super League now to put people out their misery. Do you have any final thoughts ahead of Martin joining me on comms for tomorrow?
I mean, I would like you to ask him how he's getting on in the everybody's third or fourth or fifth, maybe, favourite Champ Manager community-based league, the Invitational Championship, where he is behind me.
Okay, I'll be sure to ask him tomorrow. If I forget, drop it in the chat.
Yeah, brilliant. I don't think we've got anything else up. I mean, I do have lots of music questions available for you, so I can get my own back again after you've got your own back this week. Well,
it's your turn to do the quiz next week.
No problem. I'm trying to think if there was any other questions that came in. I know Ross asked about other people's out of league transfers, and you showed a couple.
Well, they're the only ones that have gone through so far.
I presume you won't be showing anybody else is potential deals either, will you?
No, not potentials. Wait till they're done.
Cool. Other than that, no. I think that's about it from the Super. I don't really pay a lot of attention to the Super League outside of this and the actual Super League itself. But I know I'm going to get dicked tomorrow by Macca. Okay.
Well, I wish you very best of luck with that.
Thank you very much, mate. Look at that, under an hour and a half for a change as well.
Indeed. I've been Fyfie. He's been Smuts. Please, follow it on
like
YouTube,
and subscribe.
Like and subscribe on Spotify.
So that we can sell out to advertisers.
Indeed. And we will continue to do this as long as you guys at least relatively enjoy what we're putting out. Otherwise, we'll just do a WhatsApp call each week just to check in and say hey. Until next week, cheerio.
Toodles.